All right, man. So let's say I'm an independent artist, and one of the biggest record labels is trying to pursue me. They want to sign with me. Let's say like an Atlantic Records or something like that.
All right.
All right, me signing with them. Let's say it's a pretty lucrative, type of deal. I don't know what those numbers should be, but let's say it's higher than what somebody would typically get in terms of the return. Do signing with big record labels guarantee my success? Why or why not? Is there something that I have to do, or what are the mechanics of an artist signing to a label? The responsibilities that they still have to do to ensure that success, or is success guaranteed by default? Because now I'm with Atlantic. Okay.
No, I mean, you can even do your best, and your success is still not guaranteed. So the label wants to make their money back. All right? They are investors. The artist is the business owner, the small business owner, and the investor wants to make their money back, understandably. That's one thing that people need to make clear. They are not a charity. They are a business. So they're not the evil. Now, if they have a predatory contract, then that's something different. But if they just have a contract and it says like, hey, here's the. Actually, I take that back. So the predatory aspect of it is part that people don't understand the contract. And if you sign something you don't understand, that is, it's one thing to take somebody that is ignorant on something and then expose them. And then on the flip side of it, you're still a grown human being.
Facts.
Like, you still need to read the stuff. So don't let anybody, tell you, oh, young people are this, young people are dumb, like all that stuff. Like you're hearing it now. So we'll be one of the people to tell you that you have the capacity to not look at some dollar signs and just sign something. Like, just take a step back and read it. Or if you really don't know how to read something, or it's just like, that you're not going to sit there and read the 50 pages, then pay somebody else to do it.
Right.
You have the choices. We talk about this all the time. You either need to sit and do it, which takes more time, or you need to pay somebody. That's the way things work. So with that being said, your success it's really, it's not up for grabs, because like, you can make really, really good music, and that does help you. Obviously, the better the music, the easier the marketing.
Facts.
So that does help you, but that does not ensure that you get to renew your contract with them, because like, you can make something really great, and maybe their marketing staff just drops the ball on your project. I talk about it all the time how record labels don't really have the new model of marketing down. They keep playing off this old model of just impression based, and they think the more it's out there, then it's just gonna stick. Where there's a lot better methods these days. They're new, right? Because Facebook ads and Snapchat ads and like TikTok ads are all the new platforms. They just came out in like the last 5 years, pretty much. So, and then they've been doing their marketing for the last 5 decades. So
exactly.
It's hard to break that habit, but there are better ways to market now. So if they drop the ball on your marketing, then you're kind of out. But that's why it's important to look at how a record label has marketed previous artists, not just their previous successes, right? Because they could have had 15 people they signed. They marketed them all the exact same way,
right?
And then 2 out of the 15 stuck, right? So that means 13 people are now out of that job. And you signed on because you saw the 2 successes and you didn't research the 13 people that they dropped the ball on.
Right, exactly.
So that's why it's important to go look at how the marketing was done. Did you see an ad from from so and so record label that was like, wow, that was a really good song. I stopped and I noticed that advertisement.
Right.
If you go look at go look through the roster of who they sign, and then you can go look through Facebook ad library and see all the ads they have for any different type of artists. You can go on their websites and see their touring schedules, and then also see how their ads look for that touring schedule on Facebook and Instagram. And then you can also, an easy thing to do would be, if you visit an artist's website and you're not retargeted with an ad, like let's say the artist X over here, you went to Atlantic's website and then you found so-and-so's, like that artist website, and you went to their website. So you're now on artist X website. And artist X has a tour coming up in, let's say, 2 months. So they should have retargeting ads if an artist is big enough so that they maximize their revenue back from that tour. So paying attention to stuff like that, which means that you need to know that in order to be looking for it. So paying attention to stuff like that will tell you whether or not like a record label is kind of lagging. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to do that for every single artist, but here's just some signals is what I'm saying. Here's some things to look out for. Like, what ads are they running? Are they doing cover songs for that artist to grow their audience? Like, what are they doing? Like, really dig in the research before doing something. Because let's say you wanted to buy a stock, right? Which is essentially what we're talking about right here. We're not saying that the people are stock, but their business is the stock. So if you want to buy stock, you don't just like look at the price for a day and then say like, oh, like I saw this price move 10% in this day, so this must be great. Like, no, you go back and you look at a week, and you look at a month, and you look at 5 months.
That's right.
Like all that stuff. And you look at the fundamentals of the company, and you look at everything before you put your hard-earned money into something.
100%.
So that's what you would need to do.
So what is probably the primary reason or the biggest reasons that record labels would lag on their marketing for an artist? Is it because they're prioritizing other artists on the label?
That and they might not know. So the people who know the best are going to be either advertising agencies, or like small businesses, that are doing it themselves and they have the in-house team for the small business. So big record labels. For that small artist, that is like what they should be looking for. So big labels or big companies like Coca-Cola or whatever. Coca-Cola can just put out an advertisement about happiness and then, put an image of Coke at the end of it and say like, drink Coke. And that can be their advertisement. Right? Because they can get away with that.
Facts.
An artist cannot do that. An artist cannot just put out a commercial of smiles and then say, go listen to me on Spotify and think that that's going to have a return on their investment. It's not. So the advertising method should be based on, like, you want to go in increments. So you want to look at somebody who's just a little bit above you. Maybe that's an indie artist who's working full time for themselves right now. So maybe look at their ads because they made it to that next level. That's just one level up. Like, you're not trying to copy the artist who's making millions right now. You're just trying to copy the one who's just a little bit above. So that's why small businesses are great ones to look at, or advertising agencies, because they do the ads on behalf of those businesses, right? So that's why they're the best ones to look at, honestly, because you can see what they do for a bunch of different clients. Like, that's what they specialize in. They're specializing in making profits and making good returns for small or medium-sized businesses a lot of the time.
Okay, that makes sense.